is good, everybody, and welcome to the Sunday Night Football live halftime show here at the Weekday Wagers. My name is Mark Wallace. I am so happy that you joined us on this Sunday evening where we're taking in a lot of football today. There's been a lot of things that have happened, and we are kicking off. As you can tell behind me, this is not my usual. Which way? This way? Yeah. This is not my usual setup behind me. I am at my brother-in-law and sister-in-law's home out here in Western New York. And fortunately for me, he is a Yankees fan, which is why that's up there. And we've been having a lot of fun talking about, I've been trying to catch the Yankees postseason game and the playoff series that they're in. And for whatever reason, we just can't find them on TV. So anyway, I digress. I'll tell you what. DG is on vacation. He spent some time at the beach with his family, so we hope he's having a blast down there in Florida. And we had to bring in someone special, somebody who knows football inside and out. Without any further ado, let's bring the boys in here. Let's see. We've got Robbie. We've got Preston.
Boom Boom's here.
Little boom boom action going on this Sunday night. This is fantastic. Robbie, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. I had a solid day on the site, solid day on the radar. You know, Dallas did what Dallas does, so that was to be expected. But, other than that, man, I'm good. I saw Penn State fired their coach. I was really hoping Pete Thamel would send out a notification saying Florida fired theirs, since he's the worst coach since World War II that we've had.
I was just going to ask you, it's weird that Penn State fired their coach before Florida fired Napier. So I was kind of curious as to how you felt about that. And for those who don't know the face, but maybe know the name, Preston, affectionately known as Boom Boom to us. Boom Boom, how you doing Sunday night, buddy? And welcome to the halftime show here at Weekday Wagers.
Thank you. First time, long time. I'm always in the chat, so I'm representing the chat tonight, but glad to be a part of the Weekday Wagers. I got my day started off with the 13-11 Broncos win. The offense wasn't great, but, man, I think we have a legitimate case for having the best defense in the league and just kind of the offense kicking it up. The site was okay this weekend. Typically in college football, it's been roughly okay, but picked it up a little bit today, and looking forward to betting some live action.
Well, listen, you're already catching some love here in the chat. Kimberly says, nice to finally meet you, Boom Boom. Put a face to the name. I love it. Tracy White, otherwise known as Mama Hockey, says, welcome, Preston. About time they got someone with good taste in college football.
Top, baby.
Yeah, unfortunately, Tracy, he's wearing that disgusting hat right now, and I don't know what to do with that. So before we get into that, guys, we have had such a busy Sunday of football. Started early this morning with the London series, Denver and the Jets. Speaking of your Denver Broncos, Preston, I'm going to start with you. Of all the games that have already taken place so far, which one really stood out to you and why?
It was a tough decision. Not really, to be honest. Personally, I think all the games were just kind of iffy. The best game was in the late afternoon when it was the Buccaneers and 49ers going into the game. Mac Jones has actually been very impressive coming into fill-in for Brock Purdy. Once again, I definitely didn't see Bourne putting up numbers like he did last week. I wish that would have been a bet on the site. So sorry, guys. But I want to specifically talk about the Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield, if he's not on your radar, what MVP? I don't know what the odds are. He should be. You're putting up a future for Buccaneers to win the Super Bowl. You should. This team can do it today. Missing Mike Evans, missing Chris Godwin, missing a couple pieces on the defensive end. This Buccaneers team is very, very scary.
They really are. They stood out to me as far as I was watching the game today. Not just the way that they controlled the 49ers. I mean, they just manhandled and were able to do what they wanted to against the 49ers team. Rob, I'm going to ask you the same question, buddy. What game were you watching today that really had an impact on your Sunday?
Yeah, so I'm a big red zone guy. I try to track all of them. But the thing that stood out to me was the Rams and then Puka going down. I know he came back, but they said he's probably doubtful. I don't think he makes the trip overseas because they play the Jaguars overseas next Sunday, early kickoff. I don't know if they even let him travel with the team. I know he tried to come back out and kind of be a gutsy effort, but he was clearly not himself. So what do the Rams do now that, Scotty and Michael, one of the two pieces of their offense, is down? So I'm anxious to see what they do. But, they got the win 17-3. Baltimore just – one thing, you tried to run the tush push with Mark Andrews when you have a literal train behind you in Derrick Henry who can get it in from wherever. But you decided Mark Andrews was the guy to run. So it's over in Baltimore. I think it's over. I don't think there's a chance they come back.
Yeah, to your point, they gave Henry the ball on the 1 yard line. It was 4th and goal from the 1, and he gets stuffed.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what world are we living in where Derrick Henry cannot punch this thing in from the 1? And right. I just think that Baltimore, I agree with you. I think that Baltimore's toast. I think that the rest of their season, I'll be looking to fade the Ravens. I know that's Peyton's team, so sorry, Peyton, King Lettuce. But yeah, the Ravens are shredded for making lettuce references. And to both Puka Nacua and the 49. Oh my God, I just had his name right there.
Abuka.
Fred Warner.
Fred Warren. Both
sorry,
of them.
Abuka went down too. You had me rhyming. Sorry.
To Fred Warren, which was just a gruesome. I saw that happen live. That was the game that we were watching, and it was one of those stomach turners where you're like, I hope he has a speedy recovery. Don't know if that's going to be a career ender. Hopefully not, but it's certainly going to have him out for the rest of this year. So that being said, hope both of them have speedy recoveries as best as can be. We do have, speaking of surprise guests, Matty Ice dropping into the chat. So what's up, fellas? Matty, so good to see you here. What was I going to say? I was just going to go somewhere and I completely forgot. I know what I'm not going to forget.
Like what?
I know what I'm not forgetting. We did a little thing on Wednesday called Robbie's Radar. And Rob, I wanted to go over your 4 picks because when you look at this screen, damn, that's a lot of green.
Yeah.
So, and for the people watching, taking us in, and I'm looking at the live number right now, and I am stunned. This is amazing. If you would be so kind, please just hit that like button, subscribe. It really does help us grow, and I can't believe the number of people we have watching us live right now. This is wow. Looking at these 4 players, one of these 4 guys is not like the others. Yeah. And I'm talking about your guy, Jake Ferguson, down there in Dallas. You had him pegged. You liked his over at 44 receiving yards. You liked him to get at least 6 receptions and the anytime touchdown. He did score a touchdown today.
Yep.
He finished with 3 receptions for 33 yards. And I'm kind of curious as to, as somebody who knows the Cowboys as well as you do, what was going on there that Ferguson kind of fell off the map, so to speak?
Yeah, it's kind of tricky. I looked and I was like, you actually asked, did he get hurt? And I was like, no, he didn't get hurt, but he only saw 3 targets. But I think 7 different people caught the ball. The fullback, of all people, scores the first touchdown in the game. And then George Pickens went absolutely nuclear on Carolina. I think 9 receptions, 168 yards, and maybe a tutty or 2. But he didn't play a factor today. And you can't say, well, they were focusing on the run because Javonte Williams only got 29 yards on the ground. So clearly the run game wasn't a factor either. So it's kind of maddening considering he was getting almost 10 plus targets a game prior to this Sunday. But yeah, it was one of those where it was between him and Ashton Genty, and I didn't trust the Raiders, which, Raiders in Dallas, it's a coin flip of who you want to trust on any given weekend. But Genty did his deal. Evan Ingram went off. I think we cashed him in the first quarter today. Yes. And then the only thing missing on him was his touchdown. That was plus 300, so I'll eat that. But yeah, Josh Jacobs, monster game.
Well,
Devon A-Chain, monster game.
I was just going to ask you, between Jacobs and A-Chain, which are you surprised by either one of them for the games that they had? Because they went off. I mean, you're looking at look, his Jacobs rushing receiving line was at 97. He puts up 150.
Yeah.
A-Chain, 90 rushing receiving. He puts up 150. Are you surprised by either one of those, the way that they went over?
If I had to pick, I would say A-Chain, just because the matchup, it was against the Chargers, who are a good team. I figured Jacobs would have a day against Cincinnati. Personally, bet his 2+ touchdowns. I didn't put it on the side or anything because it's tricky when you try to bet somebody to score twice. Right. But as a personal bet, I put that probably A-Chain. I thought A-Chain would at least get 100 rushing and receiving. Thought he might get more through the air, but he ran the ball well, caught the ball well, and yeah, man, he showed out. It was good looks on a Tuesday night when I was going through these. Those two stood out the most, honestly, on this list, followed by Evan Ingram.
I don't know why this is doing this. This is going to tick me off. I think DG was playing around with this stuff. Boom, boom. Let me ask you the same thing. Is there a player today that you saw that you were like, yeah, I really expected this guy to have a day today, or I'm a little shocked at how they underperformed?
I wouldn't say he had a great day, but Tyler Warren for the Colts keeps feeding families. I mean, he is so consistent. Daniel Jones loves passing it to him. I don't know what his actual stat line was, but I know he cashed. I think he 6-7 catches for 60, 70 yards, somewhere around there. Both of his overs hit. He's just been a cash cow in the gambling. And Daniel Jones loves him. So that may be something to consistently see in the weeks coming to possibly put away.
Okay.
Yeah, to piggyback on that, there's a guy called the Professor on X. That's his handle. But he had him today, first quarter, over 8.5 receiving yards. And I really love that look. I played it myself. But that might be a look going forward as his first quarter receiving. I think he's gone over it in every game this season. And that's as soon as they start the game, that's their focus, is focusing on Tyler Warren. So that might be a look going forward as well.
He's so good.
So I will tell you this. And for everybody watching, I am going to give you the most under the radar prop out there right now that has been a cash cow. On Wednesdays, when his line comes out, if you are not hammering the over on the Tua Tagliova rushing yards, you are missing out on you're just leaving money. You don't want money is basically what you're doing. You're saying, yeah, I know that's a ticket that cashes. I'm not that interested in that easy. I would like something a little more difficult. This thing is cashed in all but one game this season. He cashed again today. I got the line at 1.5, and then it jumped. By Friday, it was already at 3.5. It still cashed at 3.5. When we gave it out on Weekday Wagers as one of the 12 pack of picks. Still cashed the over 3.5. I got it 1.5 early when it first came out. I am telling you, write it down, check for it, look for it. I post it on Twitter now when it comes out. It's a cash machine. I love it. So Tua, I want to personally thank you.
I'll make sure I don't make that note. I just don't trust Tua, to be honest with you. He's my fantasy quarterback in one of my leagues, and I hate it. I absolutely hate it.
And boom, boom, I got to be honest with you. For those that don't know, whenever the three of us are on the same guy, if Preston is betting and following us, it never hits. It's like clockwork. Yeah. And vice versa. If Preston is on somebody,
that's true.
Well, no, I take that back. If Preston's on somebody and that person doesn't hit that day in baseball,
bet it the next day.
We play the next day because it's always cashed.
Oh, that sucks.
Yes. So there is that. So yes, Preston, for everybody else, please play Tua. Preston, leave Tua alone. You just let him stay in your fantasy league team and live there.
Got it.
The second half just kicked off.
Well,
might want to try to find some bets.
I was just going to say, let's get into that right now because we have been hot with these live bets, and we cashed 2 of them right here on the air last week. Is there anybody, Robbie, that you like?
Man, I would love to say Tyquan Thornton, but I don't see him on the field. He was my pick on Just the Stat Sports, but I'm looking at Sam Laporta. He's at 42 right now. His number's at 62.5. I feel like he could get some more looks in this game. It just seems like we're about to be in for a shootout in the second half. The 13-10 doesn't seem like a lot, but both offenses have been clicking so far. Just, weird situations when you get down the goal line. Like that first Detroit touchdown that got taken away was brutal. I'm looking at Sam Laporta. Yeah, he's at 42. His line's at 62.5. I would look at him, and I am also had him. Jamison Williams is having a huge game so far. He has 44 reception yards. His line is at 65.5. So those are 2 guys that I am currently looking at. I'm just trying to see if I can get these to drop a little bit before I place it.
So your Tyquan Thornton, his line is at 9.5, over 9.5 at -110. Do you like that, or would you play the under?
I wouldn't play the under. He's too dynamic. He has the burners to where he could burn anybody. I would almost, but he's not playing. I haven't seen him on the field. I'm not even sure how many snaps he's had. That's the problem. But I feel like they're going to have to utilize him in this second half. I would probably stay away from him. I would probably stay away from it just altogether.
You brought up Jamison Wilson. Boom, boom. Let me ask you. Jamison Wilson's he's at 44 yards right now. His line is at 64.5 at -115. Do we like Jamison? Mr. JMO.
He's actually on one of my fantasy teams. I mean, 3 targets, 3 catches for 44 yards. What did you say his number was at?
64.5.
Oh, I don't know. Personally, I'd stay away.
Mark,
personally.
I found my prop, Mark.
Give it to me. What do we got?
David Montgomery over 2.5 at -114.
Over 2.5 what?
Receiving yards, sorry.
And what is the odds on that?
It went up to -118, but it's still at 2.5. But -118 for 2.5 receiving yards.
So our first official, we're going to this is official. David Montgomery over 2.5 receiving yards at -118. He's having a field day right now as far as putting up yardage.
Right.
Trying to see here what we can get for.
Trying to see if.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
I don't know how you do the one screen off the laptop because I've got my laptop, iPad, iPhone. Yeah, if you can't already tell, I'm married into the Apple products.
Same.
I hope some of y'all got Travis. I don't run that challenge flag. Let me hold off on that. We needed 3 more yards for Travis Kelce, and currently he has it. But there is a
no. It looks like he's good, but they're not showing. No, they're rolling with it, even though that's an incomplete pass.
Okay. So we cashed that from on a site that I had, site play that I had this morning. So Kelce cashed his over. I will say, depending on how this drive goes, I'm intrigued in Xavier Worthy's reception line. He's been targeted 3 times. He only has 1 catch.
I'm just going to interrupt you real quick because Kelce's line right now, he's at 53 yards. The over-under on him is at 66.5. Do you guys like that?
It's actually 65.5 on MGM if you wanted to steer that way. Yeah, I don't hate it.
Because we're talking about 1 more catch for 12 yards.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
Right.
I don't love it, but I don't hate it.
No, it's good. He's his go-to, right? I mean, that's the go-to guy. I don't hate it at all.
I mean, he's got 5 targets. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I can get into that.
All right. So let's do
I can get into that.
So we're making that official here. So it's Kelce.
Or let me see what his receptions would be.
Over 65.5. What is that at BetMGM? What were the odds? Boom, boom.
65. I think it's -120. Hold on. Let me unless it moved. My 150. Actually, over 64.5 -115 at Hard Rock currently. If you have Hard Rock, but if you don't, it's -118 on MGM.
Okay.
And actually, I just locked on Hard Rock. So.
So we're saving that. We're going Travis Kelce officially over 65.5 receiving yards at -118. So we've got David Montgomery over 2.5 receiving yards. Travis Kelce over 65.5.
Didn't have him on the radar.
Who's that?
Hollywood Brown just scored.
Just scored a touchdown.
Gotcha.
But I will say that makes I wonder what Xavier Worthy's receptions. He still has 3 targets. I may wait. You can get over, so basically over 2.5 currently -140 on DK for Worthy. I'm going to hold off maybe until the end of the Lions drive. Can I get a feel? Or maybe at the start of the next Chiefs drive, and then I may play that.
So we got the points. We got the points sitting at 30. The line right now is at 52.5, juiced to the over at -125. Do we like the over here?
I do. Detroit's going to put up some points.
I like Detroit plus 7.5.
So then let's make that an official play as well. We're going to go the total over 52.5 at -125. Put that in as an official play. We are up to 3 plays, and we've got Detroit, who will be getting the ball here after the kickoff. Jared Goff is sitting at 93 passing yards with the first half. Is there anything that you like from a Goff perspective, either one of you?
I'm looking. Hold on. 93, that's crazy.
They don't have his lines available right now on they don't have his lines available on FanDuel as of right now.
So DK is over 232.5 -112. Gosh, it was 93. That's crazy. I mean, if we expect the over to hit, surely, I mean, we're only imagining that Goff's going to be probably finishing between the 200, 230 range, probably.
So
what I'm assuming.
He's got 9 completions off of 12 attempts. The over, or the line for completions for Goff right now is at 22.5. Juice to the under at -140. The over 22.5 is +110. Do you think that Goff is going to, I mean, we're talking about completing 12 passes, excuse me, completing 14 passes, 15 passes, right? What am I talking about? 15. Completing 15 passes in the second half when he's only thrown 12 in the first half.
Yeah, but they're about to start pressing. They're down by 10. You know how Dan Campbell operates. They're about to start pressing big time.
But I mean, if the game script follows, they're going to be trailing. They're not going to be running it. So I don't mind that play. I mean, we said he just needs 14 more.
15
more.
No, I don't mind it. I don't.
Still early in the third quarter too. It's just Detroit's got to get Kansas City off the field. Seems like Kansas City's just been driving and chewing up a lot of clock.
So I want to ask you about that, because for the first quarter in this game, literally saw 3 possessions, right? Detroit came out. They had a first drive that chewed up 8 minutes off the clock. Kansas City comes back, scores real quick, fairly quick in comparison. Kansas City gets it with a minute left in the first quarter. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, if this is the way that Detroit is going to operate, and the play script for Detroit is which is not a bad way to approach a Kansas City team, is to keep their offense off the field. Goff is going to have a big day, and I like the completions then. I'm telling you what, I'm going to make that an official play for me. I think I like his over on the completions at 22.5, especially for plus money.
Oh, I'll tell you on that one. I'll ride you on that one.
So, as I say, they're going to be passing a lot. They just start the drive off with a handoff to Gibbs. He gets about 8.
Right. Right. Well, here's one thing I know. I'm not playing the damn under on this one. How's that? I learned my lesson. I learned my lesson.
Man,
Yes.
that was
And Kim, you're absolutely right. It's only math. It is only math, and sometimes the math don't math.
2 straight handoffs to Gibbs.
So I'm actually getting golf pass completions plus 150 at ESPN right now.
Okay. Yeah, so it's I think that anytime you're going to start the third quarter off with 2 straight handoffs, that completion starts to get a little dicey. The only saving grace here, and I think that because it's still so early in the third, that we do see this play out. If Detroit is playing catch up, they can't afford to run the ball because that's going to chew up the clock. The thing that scares me is their head coach, Dan Campbell, who has already proven he doesn't really care a whole lot about clock management, or really field goals in general for him seem to be like this no-no. But I digress. I'm not going to get into Dan Campbell because that's a rabbit hole.
He clearly plays a lot of Madden. He clearly plays a lot of Madden. We're not kicking field goals, and we're going for it on 4th down. We're not playing conservative.
We're not punting. We're not punting. We're not kicking field goals. Well,
he just got 2 passes right there, Mark. So
say that we're getting there. We're rolling. Yeah, cooking with fire. 11. Let's see if I do carry 1.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we still need 16.
We're there. Just believe.
I'm kidding. We don't need 16.
I was like, I think that's wrong. But
all right, let me put you guys on the spot. Boom, boom. Who wins this game?
Chiefs. I mean, I've just seen Mark, being a Chargers fan, being a Broncos fan, just Chiefs. I've just seen Mahomes too many times to go against him, or even unfortunately, as much as I don't want it to be Mahomes, it's going to be Mahomes. Now, I will say I do like the possibility of Lions covering, but I think inevitably Chiefs will win this game.
And what is the line? What's the current line on that right now?
It was 7.5 last time I checked, but with the Lions moving, I'm sure that's decreased.
It's at 6.5 at draft.
6.5 now. 6.5 now.
Yeah.
Robbie, same question I'm gonna ask you. Who wins this one, and who covers?
Chiefs win, Lions cover. Kind of attributing to what Preston just said. They got embarrassed by the Jaguars. They've got Xavier Worthy, who I think is healthy now. I don't think he was fully healthy on Monday Night Football. I think they were just kind of using him more as a decoy. He's getting a lot more work, which is opening it up for Hollywood Brown, Juju, and Kelsey. There's something about this game that just tells me the Chiefs are going to win, but I think it's one of those where it's a heartbreaking loss for the Lions, like it usually is.
Okay.
So speaking of, I've been looking at it. I'm going to bet it. I'm going to get Xavier Worthy over 2.5 receptions over at DK minus 110. He's been targeted 3 times. He's only got 1 catch, so I literally need 2. I mean, he got hit. The 1 catch he got was a screen outside for a 6-yard touchdown. I can easily see Mahomes just keep doing that, even with it just to get a first down.
So you're going to Xavier Worthy over what?
2.5 receptions, minus 110 at DK.
All right. Well, that is our.
And it just locked.
That is our 5 live, shall we say? Is that what we should call these now from now on, Robbie? Our 5 live?
Yeah. 5 live. I like that.
We'll give you a 12-pack of picks on Friday, and now we give you a 5 live on Sunday.
There it is.
Anything from either one of these teams that you guys are looking forward to, like, okay, I know. Well, let me preface this with this. I look at the rest of this game really thinking that this is a gut check for the Lions, and being down 20-10, how do they respond? This drive is going to be huge. It's going to be important as a response to that touchdown. Is there anything, Rob, that stands out for you for the rest of this game that you're like, I need to target this or need to keep my eye on this, and why?
I would say Amon-Ra St. Brown, but they're shutting him down right now. He's got to be more of a factor. He dropped a crucial pass in the first half as they were trying to go to halftime to keep the drive moving. He's got to get more involved. Got to get things going. But right now they're leaving Jamison Williams wide open. Like he's been catching all kinds of passes. I think he's at 60 or 61 now. We could have probably got that line at 65.5. Kicking myself already for not playing that earlier.
Yeah,
Amon-Ra's got to step up.
He's at 5 receptions for 60 yards. He's been targeted 5 times. So he's been their go-to guy. Laporta is also having a big game. He's at 3 receptions for 42 yards. These guys aren't dropping balls. Do you know what I mean? So it's Boom Blum. I'm going to ask you the same question. Is there, moving forward for the rest of this game, is there something that you really want to keep your eye on as far as targeting?
Besides Worthy, I mean, how can you not go with Kelsey? Seems like, obviously, we know Kelsey's one of Mahomes' go-to guys, and already tonight he's got 4 catches on 5 targets for 53 yards. I don't know what it's. I mean, if we can get something in like the 70 range receiving, I don't necessarily hate that play, especially with the game script of them leading. He's going to go to this guy that you trust, especially for a couple more catches, deep 5-6 yards adds up. So I like Kelsey.
Perfect.
Yeah. Taj just put it in the chat. Golf
I just
over
saw
219.
that.
Yeah.
And I think I'm not opposed to that at all, Taj, simply because I think that with this game script, there is going to come a point in time where Dan Campbell is going to have to realize I cannot run the ball. I can still get Montgomery and Gibbs the ball by screens and checkdowns and move the ball that way, but I have to start throwing the damn rock. This is, you just can't keep hiding behind it. Rob, I know you and I are coming on tomorrow for Weekday Wagers at 2:00, where we're going to be breaking down not 1, but 2 Monday night games. Excited for that. I think we have our 5. I just want to run through these real quick again. David Montgomery, over 2.5 receiving yards. We have Travis Kelce, over 65.5. He needs 13 more. The total going over 52.5. We're already at 30. I like that. Jared Goff to get over 22.5 completions for plus money. He has already gone from 9 to 13 completions. I love this look. We need 10 more. I know we can do that one. And boom, boom, you slid in the Xavier Worthy over 2.5 receptions. I'm looking to see what he has done.
Nothing. Not yet, anyway.
He's just got the ball back.
We put him in when the Lions had it, so there's got the ball.
Yeah. And I like it because he's already sitting at 1. We just need him to catch 2 more screens, and we call this one done. Gentlemen, well done. Look, we've already gone on for just over half an hour. And again, I can't thank you guys in the chat, you guys who are watching us, whether it's on the X, whether it's on YouTube. Thank you so much. Please, please, please hit that like button. It really does help us grow. And we have been growing tremendously since we found our forever home. We've been a little nomadic, but yeah, we're still building. Any final thoughts? Boom, boom. I'm going to go with you. Final thoughts for tonight.
Just glad this Sunday's over. Squeaked out a win with the Broncos. Looking forward and ready for a fabulous work week on my end, and looking forward to some baseball. I know we're talking about some NFL, but we have, we got NLCS, ALCS going. I didn't have any plays today because I was pretty heavy on football, but I'll get back to my baseball tomorrow on the sites, and looking forward to cashing my Brewers future. So
come over here. Come this way.
Oh gosh.
They scored touchdown.
Not yet, buddy.
Not yet.
We need him though.
Yeah, this is my football buddy right here. We watch a lot of ball. Look, Finn, you say hi.
How you doing, Finn?
What's up, Finn?
Why Sunday night?
They're saying hi to you.
It's Sunday Night Football.
That's right.
Yeah, it is.
I'll tell you what. Well, listen. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got to put him to bed. That's my final thoughts. It's about that time. To put
I was just going to say, we'll let you get out to go do your dad your dadly duties, or fatherly duties, I should say. But with that, hey, listen, 2 o'clock Eastern time in the afternoon, 2 p.m. Eastern time zone. Weekday Wagers. Robbie and I will be here tomorrow. We'll do a recap for Sunday over the weekend. Finn, I'm gonna let you guys get out of here. Robbie, they seem to be.
Where's the other one, Rob? You might as well bring the other one in.
I don't know. I'm shocked he's not down here. Show him the shirt. You gotta lean over. There you go. You're on here with a Chargers fan and a Broncos fan.
I was in a Raiders fan.
Oops. And just like that.
Let's get out, Mark. Let's get out.
We're out of here. We'll see you.